This is Lake Bogoria in Kenya's Rift Valley, an alkaline lake which is home to some of the largest colonies of flamingos in the world, and these geysers and hot springs. But something has been changing in the last few years. The water level has been rising, causing the lake to expand by about 8 kilometers since 2013. It has covered most of the geysers and submerged territory that once had homes, hospitals and roads. James KIMARU, a game warden, shows us how far the lake has come and tells us how worried he is.
Our normal size of the lake used to be 34 kilometers square, but as we speak now it's around 42 to 43 kilometers square.
The lake gets most of its water from a river whose main source are forests in the Central Highlands. Environmentalists say climate change, deforestation and unusually heavy rains have made things worse. This is one of the rivers that feed Lake Bogoria, and our game warden says the big problem is right here, because if the water from the lake, which is rising, gets to this point, then it could reverse the course of the river, mix up with swamps downstream, which connect with Baringo freshwater lake. The effects to the ecosystem will be disastrous. Lake Baringo, 13 kilometers to the north, has fresh water. The two lakes were 20 kilometers apart not too long ago. Lake Baringo is rising at about 2.5 centimeters a day. Its water has increased by up to 12 meters in the last 7 years.
Where we are driving past in a boat used to be dry land.
Dr. Elizabeth MEYERHOFF has lived here for 40 years. She and her husband ran a program to rehabilitate Baringo's semi-arid land. She says if water from the two lakes mix, they'll contaminate each other and affect the lives of hundreds of thousands of people.
Deforestation really has to be looked at so that the flash flooding is stopped and their catchment areas are preserved. Another thing very important is that this lake fluctuates. It goes down, it comes up, so who knows, given climate change, how it will fluctuate.
SINGH LENAPUNYA is one of thousands here who are in trouble now. Lake Baringo has reached his doorstep.
The water was far when I was coming here. My previous house is now submerged. Now I'm trying to figure out where to move next. Only God can help us.
He doesn't know it yet, but if Lake Bogoria contaminates Baringo, all the water life, including the fish he depends on for food and money, will die. There are suggestions by some scientists and government workers to build a barrier between the two. People who've been watching the lake swell for years say enough of talk. A solution needs to be found quickly. Catherine Soy, Al Jazeera, Lake Bogoria, Kenya.